Europe and the UK, they certainly want this to continue. The way they received Zelensky in London after the scandal in Washington, and it's an indication that they want to raise the stakes, and they are preparing something to pressure Trump administration back into some aggressive action against Russia.
We'll have contact with them today. There's already been contacts at different levels with counterparts.
Europe and the UK, they certainly want this to continue. The way they received Zelensky in London after the scandal in Washington, and it's an indication that they want to raise the stakes, and they are preparing something to pressure Trump administration back into some aggressive action against Russia.
What would be the position of the foreign ministry if...
I am mostly amazed with this peacekeepers obsession. Peacekeepers, let's stop. Macron says, let's stop in 1 month. Peacekeepers would be deployed. Then we'll see what to do next.
As I speak to people in Moscow, there's a perception that the U.S. is...
The presence of the troops from NATO countries under any flag, in any capacity on Ukrainian soil is the same threat. Is the same threat.
You won't accept it under any conditions?
Under any conditions, well, nobody is talking to us. They keep saying nothing about Ukraine without Ukraine, but they do everything about Russia without Russia.
Пожалуйста. Честно говоря, я не уверен, что доверяю своей собственной.
Trump, by the way, when asked about peacekeepers, he said, well, it's too early to discuss this, but normally you need the consent of the parties. Why should we give consent to the peacekeeping force or peacekeeping group even, not force, though they want force, from the composed of the countries who declared us an enemy, and they would come as peacekeepers.
attacks Iran, as Prime Minister Netanyahu.
The second thing is the rights and the fate of the people who live not only in the liberated territories, but on the territories under the control of the regime. They also, most of them, speak Russian. They were brought as part of the Russian culture. And they want their kids to know Russian and to learn Russian. Trump is already saying about a meeting at 3, US, China, Russia. He mentioned that he would like to discuss nuclear weapons, security issues. We would be open to any format which is based on mutual respect, on equality, no prejudged solutions. If our Chinese friends would be interested, it would be their decision. But this does not negate the importance of Russia-US dialogue on strategic stability.
Наверняка у вас будет вопрос по итогам вчерашних американо-украинских переговоров в Джине и всех сделанных заявлений, принятых совместных заявлений. Здесь я вам могу сказать, что мы внимательно изучаем те заявления, которые сделаны по итогам. Знакомимся с текстом совместного заявления, которое было принято в Джине. Мы исходим из того, что, как и было сказано вчера в Джине, госсекретарь Рубио и помощник по национальной безопасности Волц по различным каналам в эти дни проинформируют нас о деталях состоявшихся переговоров и достигнутых пониманиях. Мы также не исключаем, что может возникнуть и тема телефонного разговора на высшем уровне. Но если такая потребность возникнет, то он будет очень быстро организован. Имеющиеся каналы для диалога с американцами позволяют это сделать в достаточно сжатые сроки. Вы забегаете чуть-чуть вперед. Мы не хотим этого делать. Вчера, общаясь с прессой, и Рубио, и Волц заявили, что по различным каналам они передадут нам детальную информацию о сути состоявшихся разговоров в Джине. Вот сначала мы должны эту информацию получить. Также у нас запланированы в эти дни контакты с американцами, в ходе которых мы рассчитываем уже на полноту информации.
We'll have contact with them today. There's already been contacts at different levels with counterparts, different members of the administration, and that'll continue. But as far as the Russian reaction to it, that's really the question here. And that is, this is a few hours old. We're going to bring it to them directly. We're going to say that Ukraine is prepared to stop all battlefield activity and begin the immediate process of negotiating an enduring end to the war. And we'll see what their response is. If their response is yes, then we know we've made real progress and there's a real chance of peace. If their response is no, it will be. Now we all eagerly await the Russian response and urge them strongly to consider ending all hostilities so people will stop dying, so bullets will stop flying, and so a process can begin to find a permanent peace. I think the first step in all this is the acceptance that there is no military solution to this conflict. Neither side can militarily achieve their maximalist gains, their maximalist goals. Neither side can achieve them through the military side. The only way this conflict can end is through negotiation. That's the only way you're going to have peace, is through negotiation. And so we need to start that process.